Hello Aquarius, this is Lauren from Etheric Tide with your July reading. Now, this is just to have a look at what's coming up for you in the month of July. This is a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and we're kind of having a look at how Mercury retrograde is affecting everyone. I am an Aquarius, and as you guys will know, we are very much are up in our heads, and during Mercury retrograde things get very jumbled, and that includes trying to talk becomes just a complete mess, and there's a lot of miscommunication, and we've also got this one come up for us. So I hate to say it because this is going to affect me as well. There's going to be a lot of kind of like miscommunication, and kind of like it looks like this is boys, like youths, having silly fights with sticks, and that's kind of what it's going to feel like. It's going to be like children having silly fights with silly sticks, and you're going to wonder why that you're even having a fight about a conversation. You don't even like, how did this even happen? I just wanted to talk about like whether you wanted to go get some McDonald's. Why are we having this fight? That's kind of what's gonna happen. That it's gonna start off from something innocent that you had no, you had no intention of it actually turning into a disagreement or a fight, or for it to bring up stuff from the past. You're like, I just wanted to know what you wanted for dinner. Why are we here? Ugh. That's what retrograde is going to be like for you in July. It's just going to be like that real miscommunication. And I think that you may be dealing with like a fire sign or a Leo, but I mean, it's going to play out differently for everyone. And I do know for Aquarians, Leos are your opposite sign. So it might not be that you're dealing with Leos necessarily. It could just be that you're dealing with people who see things from the complete opposite perspective to you. And as you know, perspective is everything. You could be looking at the exact same situation, the exact same thing, but if you have the opposite perspective, or just a different perspective, you may as well be looking at something different. You know, like that saying that the way you look at something changes, the thing that you look at changes, you know. I messed that up. I messed that whole incredibly, like, beautiful, that beautiful, so I can't even talk. Change your perspective. Look, and everyone has different perspectives on things, and your perspective isn't always the right perspective, Aquarius. And I know, like, some of you guys, like, you think it's all about you sometimes. You think you're the star of your own show, and sometimes you forget that other people are experiencing things in a different way to you, and the way that you experience the world isn't necessarily best for everyone. And as much as you guys, like, I think that Aquarians get a bad rap for not having any emotion to something and not being able to understand. I think that we do. We absolutely do understand the world in great detail, and I think that our ability to be able to see on the large scale, I think that for the most part, when we're thinking about a situation, we are thinking about it from many different angles. from all the angles, from all the perspectives, and so much so that we're actually looking at it on a macro level, on a humanitarian scale of a perspective. And whereas you may come up across people that are looking at it from a perspective of their own experience and can only see it from themselves. And that can be difficult for an Aquarius to come up against, where it's just so one-dimensional, and it's difficult to be able to just accept that that's where the other person is at, and that's okay. It's not up to you to completely transform the way that they see the world, because it's not necessarily that the way you see the world is better. It may come from a place that is altruistic, I guess. Or you may think it's coming from a place that's altruistic, but just because you see things in a way that's on the macro doesn't mean anything to the micro, you know? I know I'm kind of talking in a weird way. You get it. Aquarians get it. I think you don't think that I didn't see that that reversed magician in the camera there. So don't be surprised if you're going to be accused of being manipulative. And it could be that you have somebody in your environment that is manipulative themselves, or gaslighting, possibly. I think that there's definitely somebody in your environment that is to an extent manipulating the situation because they know you so well. That they understand that there's certain phrases or buttons or subjects that they can bring up that will elicit a certain reaction from you, and that specific reaction gives them an opening to say certain things that could make it easy for them to highlight things within you that can help control. So don't be surprised if people are going to play very interesting mental games with you. And I don't want you to, the easiest reaction to when you feel as though somebody is playing silly mental gymnastics with you is to, like, I know this is the walking away card or the breaking up card and things like that. It's the energetically walking away part that you need to take from this. That the only way to win that game is to not be participating, to actually just step back from it and not bite. Don't take the bait. That's what it is. People are going to be baiting you in July. Don't take the bait. Okay? Instead, let's take another card. Instead, so this one's waiting. This one's, I think that it's going to be in your best interest that if people in your environment are going to be playing silly games, that you're going to be better off just like pulling the energy back and watching them fight it out. They're just looking for an opponent. You're not going to be the opponent. Okay? Okay. So this is just a sidebar for a few people listening in. There's a few of you when you're in a situation where there's a particular person that enjoys playing out a specific energetic cycle scenario with you, where they will bait you, you bite, they're able to gain control, you lose that control, you don't like being in that position, so it cycles through that over and over again. There is a way out of this particular cycle for you, and that is to allow them to have that game with someone else. And I feel like you need to not participate in that cycle anymore, because you'll get stuck in it, and they're always going to associate with you being that type of partner, that kind of karmic cycle partner. And let someone else be that karmic cycle partner. If you're wanting like a relationship to work out, you need to not participate in that karmic cycle anymore. And if they're playing out that cycle with someone else and you're not fulfilling that within them either, they're going to naturally move out of your life, and then somebody else who is right for you will move in. Or it's going to backfire, and all of the drama and crap is going to play out with somebody else. They're going to clear that crap, and they're going to come to you without doing that kind of behavior anymore. That's just for a few of you, so hopefully that resonates. Oh God. All right. Shift your energy. I mean, that's just reiterating that. Shift your energy away from them and remove it. Stop feeding them. Stop feeding the cycle. Stop feeding them. Kind of energetically starve them so they have to go looking somewhere else where someone else is going to give it to them, and then they can go play with someone else for a bit, yeah? That is Aquarius for July. I do hope that plays out. And it will play out for the best. It really will play out for the best. Trust me. Okay. If you would like a personal reading, details are below. Go to etherictide.com. Like, comment, and subscribe. I do enjoy your comments. Tell me how Mercury retrograde is playing out for you. Because it sure is affecting my speech. Okay, guys, you have a beautiful July, and I'll see you next time. Bye.